What's up, everyone? Just wanted to give you a quick look at the audio install that I did in my 16 Focus ST. This should be able to work in any ST. I know it'll definitely work in the 15 and 17, as those are the same. It's not too crazy of a system. I have a 10-inch P2 dual 4-ohm voice coil subwoofer. That's by Rockford Fosgate. Box I modeled after the JL Audio Stealth box. This is a 0.9 cubic foot internal. The speaker they recommend not bigger than a 0.85, so I have some blocks of plywood or blocks of 2x4 in there to fill up some air volume. I built the box the size because I wanted it to come all the way to the front, go pretty much all the way to the seat, and clear the tire without having to remove the spare. I'll show you a little bit more on that when I get to the wiring underneath. On the amp side of things, I still need to finish off my little amp rack. I'm going to do a cover over the top there, so it's completely flat. Doing my factory integration and signal processing is the new Rockford Fosgate DSR1. They made this with iDataLink, who already makes factory integration equipment, but those are only compatible with select amplifiers, where this is compatible with any amplifier that takes a normal RCA in. So what this does is they sell harnesses that connect to many different cars. So I of course have the Ford one. Plug it in, it takes all the factory power for the amplifier, all the factory signals from the radio, does all the conversion, gets it all good, sends it to the Rockford Fosgate part, which is a signal processor. That lets you adjust the EQ of each speaker individually. It lets you select time delay so you can get your soundstage set correctly, as well as you can change the levels of each speaker individually. So I have my rear speakers turned down 3 decibels, so the soundstage is moved a little bit further forward. So that just does a standard RCA out. Also has a punch line controller that you can map to either the punch bass boost, subwoofer level, or master level, or nothing at all. So RCA out is into a Rockford Fosgate R600x5. This is giving 50 watts to my door speakers, which are Rockford Fosgate 6.5-inch components, and then it claims 300 watts to the subwoofer, but these are known for being underrated. They say this is a 600 watt amp, but the birth sheet was 703, I believe. So it's putting out probably a little bit more than 300 watts to the subwoofer. I've yet to clamp it. I need to borrow the fluke meter from work to put a clamp on this thing. So that's that. I'll show you the front real quick. The front isn't anything too crazy. Sync 3. Down here I have my punch line controller, and this is just a little plexiglass holder that I made. Has some soft Velcro inside. So I slap my cell phone into that, and has a magnetic USB plug that automatically connects and throws it up onto the screen. So that's nice. No cables to fumble with, just slot your phone in. Looking underneath the floor, this is the factory floor. I just cut it down. Eventually I want to make one that fits a little bit better. I have my power wire coming up the passenger side. This goes through the grommet that is behind the glove box. That comes up, around, goes underneath the foam into the amp. The amp ground, as well as the DSR1 ground, which I unpinned from their harness. Those both go down to the seatbelt bracket for the driver's side rear seat. RCAs were some 17-foot RCAs that I cut down, put new ends on. This is their factory integration harness, so it tells you what speakers are where. You don't have to splice into anything, which is super nice. This is the other parts of the harness, so it all just plugs into the connectors that went into the factory amplifier. I wish these tails were a little bit longer. That way I didn't have this big mess right up where the carpet is, but not a big issue. They do sell 2-meter extensions for, I believe, $30, but I don't need an extra 6 feet on these. I just need like another 2 inches, so not worth the money to me. You can see the subwoofer placement right here. If I had it up at the front over here, I would have had to build the box another 2 inches higher or so. So I built the box long so I could fit it in underneath the tire a little bit. Box goes all the way down to the floor. The factory subwoofer mounts, there's holes drilled in this, and those slot into the holes, and then those holes are already siliconed closed, as well as the speaker terminal on the side is also silicone closed, so it's all airtight. So that is my system overall. If you have any questions about it, feel free to post them in the comment or reach out to me in a message. I'll do my best to answer anything. I'm loving this box so far. It's still new, so they're coming out with some software updates. I'm sure some things will change eventually, but it's nice that it does connect through Bluetooth, that you can just update everything with the USB port. So it's one of those things that if they decide to add features in the future, it's just a simple web update. Amplifier kicks pretty hard. Definitely get the door speakers more than a lot of for me. I wouldn't mind a little bit more volume from the sub, but it's a hell of a lot better than what the stock amplifier and stock subwoofer put out. So yeah, like I said, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out in the comments, or any other questions about my car in general rather than just the audio. Reach out in the comments and I'll do my best to either respond to you or make a video if it's something that I can do a video on. See ya.